Do you find yourself confused every time a man ignores you? Does that confusion increase your anxiety so much that you end up spamming him with calls and messages like a crazy person? You know, there's actually a much easier way to get him to talk to you while still keeping your dignity. Which is why on today's show, we're going to be discussing what to do when a man ignores you. That way, you're well prepared for the psychological warfare happening in your next or current relationship. Welcome to the Players Club. If you're paying attention to me and everyone else in the live stream, please say here or present so that I know you're here present and actively participating. Welcome to all of you beautiful souls. How are you doing on this Monday afternoon, Monday night, or Tuesday morning, depending on where you are in the world? Glad to see you. Good to see you. Are you happy to see me? I'm happy to see you. Okay. Who we got here? Who's up in the chat here? I see in the TikTok chat we got Scotty, of course, one of our OGs. We got Orchard. We got Aaliyah. I think it was like sweet tea or sweet cherry, something like that. She was first in the in the TikTok chat. So welcome. I see we got SH here as well. I believe I saw Sharice as well. So welcome all of you in the TikTok chat. Who we got over in the YouTube chat? Of course, we got Ivy, one of our YouTube members. I see Ashley is back. I think Ashley missed Friday. Ashley's like a staple here. We gotta have Ashley here. Of course, we got Enlightened A as well, and we got Jazz. I see Nikisha West, and a bunch of other OGs. Who was first today? I want to see who was first today. I believe first today was Tracy Niles again. I believe she was the first one today. So shout out to Tracy, the first one in the YouTube chat, and of course, the most amazing Missy America holding down our YouTube chat as our one and only moderator. And shout out Uniqueism, our other YouTube member as well. And of course, I said Tracy now. She was first. Okay. So let's get started today, guys. Good to see you. I hope you're having a good Monday. We're going to get this going, and this is going to be a serious day today. Okay. Because I want you to understand this isn't a game. This is very serious. And I believe it was Ivy or it was Ashley in Missy America. They were saying, well, isn't the answer just to do nothing? No, no. There's actually a strategy here because I know if I don't give you all the strategy, then you'll be confused, right? And you'll say, "Oh, I know it was do nothing, but does do nothing mean that when he messages me a Snapchat that I shouldn't answer, or should I wait 30 minutes? Does do nothing mean wait 35 minutes, or does do nothing mean wait 23 minutes? I don't know, Thompson, which one is it? I need no. I'm gonna give you the actual strategy, so you're never ever confused on what to do or why this is happening or what emotion you're gonna be feeling at that particular time. Okay. So number one is you need to prepare for war. I'm not joking. Okay. I'm dead serious. The reason I say you need to prepare for war is because if a man is ignoring you on purpose, right, in a talking stage or in a relationship, assuming he's not upset about anything, you understand what I'm saying? Assuming he just out of the blue ignores you after going out on a date, after doing whatever, and you're genuinely confused, you need to understand it's time to put your hard hat on. It's time to put your work boots on, and it's time to put on some cargo pants. I don't know, whatever. Okay, because you're gonna get down and dirty, and you're gonna get into the mud here. The reason I'm saying it's time to prepare for war is because you need to understand. Like I always talk to you guys about relationships. I know it doesn't sound fantastical and magical, but the reality of it is relationships are about control and power, and everyone is always constantly fighting, whether it be your romantic relationships and even your friendships. Everyone is constantly fighting for control and power in all of these different ways. And the dynamic is constantly fluid and it's constantly shifting, especially when you're in a relationship early on. Things are always going to be fluid because everyone's trying to get an understanding of where do I stand? What can I get away with? What is this person okay with? What will they not stand for? Right? Everyone's feeling each other out. And even in your more serious relationships, there's still going to be an ongoing process where the dynamic is being shifted and changed in many different ways. So when I say the reason I say prepare for war is because you need to have the understanding that when things like this are happening in your relationship or in your situationship, there's a reason for that, right? Whether he might be consciously or subconsciously saying, I'm ignoring her because I want to get more power, or I'm ignoring her because I want control over this situation, or because I want this particular result, I need you to understand that it's war, because it's a battle for power. And the reason I want you to be envisioning that is because I never want you to lose sight of that when you're feeling bad, or when you're feeling sad, or when you're feeling bored, or when you're feeling lonely, because he's ignoring you. And what does that loneliness do to you? It pushes you and motivates you to say, ah, I know you were ignoring me, but maybe your cell signal just wasn't working in your area. And maybe if I send you like a message asking you if you want to go out on a second date, that you'll see it and it'll spark your cell tower. And then you'll realize that you didn't get a chance to send me a message. Okay. That's what your mind's going to start doing to you. Okay, your mind's gonna start convincing you that, oh, it's just a mistake that he didn't send you a message just by accident, just by chance. And maybe if you do all the effort and if you take all the initiative and if you lean forward and start being the man, then maybe your relationship will work out after all. And it was just an innocent mistake. No, no, it's not an innocent mistake. Okay. And I need you to understand that so that when you begin feeling those emotions, you can be well prepared. This is what this whole strategy is going to do for you. This whole strategy is going to prepare you not only for what will come next, because it's not just him ignoring you, right? What will also come inside you, and the emotions that you're going to go through, the range of emotions that you're likely to go through, and why you're going to feel those emotions, and then also how to remedy those emotions so that they don't become overwhelming and like a waterfall where they just take you over, and then you can no longer think straight or do anything except reach out to him and beg for his forgiveness or beg for him to talk to you again. Because by the time you do that, while you might feel good because you get the chance to talk to him again in whatever capacity that is, in reality, what's only going to come from that is he's going to say, cool. So now I know in the future, if I ever ignore her, it's going to force her to chase after me once again. And the more and more I can get her to chase after me, the less and less I have to do for her, because why would I do anything for her? Why would I acknowledge anything, any mistake that I made? Why would I apologize for anything? I'll just ignore her until it becomes unbearable and so uncomfortable for her that I get the power back anyways. So anytime I make a mistake, anytime I disrespect her, anytime I treat her or mistreat her in the relationship or the situationship for some of you, all I have to do is ignore her, and I will not have to apologize. I will not have to be accountable to anything. I won't have to do anything but ignore her, because by the time she's been ignored for 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, or 1 hour for some of you phone addicts, you're already going to say, this is too uncomfortable for me. Let's just forget the fact that you disrespected me. Let's just forget the fact that you called me outside of my name. Let's just forget the fact that you cheated on me. I would rather you just speak to me and not ignore me so that I can be at ease and my anxiety can be at ease. Okay? This is why I want you to understand what's happening, and I say prepare for war, because it's not a game when this is happening, especially when this is happening in the midst of him doing something towards you, right? Or doing something wrong in the relationship. A lot of guys are going to use this to escape the accountability from having to acknowledge doing wrong in the relationship, because they know you getting uncomfortable is going to motivate you to ignore all of that and not stand up for yourself and not stand your ground. And we're going to talk about that in a bit. Okay. So you got to have your hard hat on, got to strap up your boots, and understand you're going to go through a roller coaster of emotions. You're going to feel a lot of things, and all of those feelings are going to feel like it's the end of the world. Okay. I need you to understand you're going to feel that, and it's going to be strong, and it's going to feel like the only way out is to send him a message. The only way out is to beg for him to talk to you. The only way out is to spam him with calls and messages. I can assure you, there has never been a woman who actually ends up getting what she wants by spamming her man with calls and messages. He might appease you in the meantime just to ease your anxiety, but he always ends up going back to doing exactly what he was doing before, because it's not really about the intention of wanting to do the right thing. It's about the fact that you're so uncomfortable and you're so bent out of shape by being ignored by him that he says, I feel sorry for you, little mouse, sad mouse. I'll appease you by speaking to you. Okay? Ivy said it perfectly in the YouTube chat. She says you begin bargaining with yourself. Very true. When a man ignores you, the first thing you start thinking to yourself is, well, maybe I didn't get disrespected that badly. Maybe when he cheated on me, he only put the tip in. And when you put the tip in, it doesn't really matter. He only got head. It's not like they were really doing the real thing. It was only a footy, right? A footy's not that. I mean, that's her toes. Anyone, if she fell on him, her toes could fall on his pelvic area. I mean, it's like basically the same thing, right? And you're gonna start convincing yourself, like I said, your mind's gonna play crazy, crazy, crazy tricks on you. But if you're not anticipating the tricks that your mind is going to play on you, you'll be quite confused and you'll be easily overwhelmed. Okay? Right? Uh Faith says, wow, this reminds me of when my ex said he kept in contact for myself. I finally found self love. It's crazy, right? Because when you begin begging for him to speak to you, you might think to yourself, oh, he's speaking to me because he wants to speak to me. But in reality, you kind of forced his hand. And see, the thing about it is, when you force a guy's hand to speak to you because you're so uncomfortable being ignored, you don't really ever get a sense if he actually wanted to speak to you. Because how can you truly know that? If you didn't reach out, if you didn't do the work, then how can you know that he was actually going to reach out to you or speak to you in the first place? Does that make sense? And a lot of you are in that situation, whether he's ignoring you or whether he's just not speaking to you. It's the same idea, right? Or just pulling away from you, and you're confused as to, but I thought we had a fun on this date, but I thought things were going well, but I thought you were enjoying your time with me. And so you begin thinking, but you were pursuing me before, and now you're kind of ignoring me, or now you're not really talking to me as much. Maybe then it becomes my job to reach out to you to remind you of my existence. No, don't ever, ever, ever respond to a man ignoring you or not messaging you or not speaking to you by thinking that you should be reminding him of your existence as if he went out on a date with you, got your number, was talking to you for the past week, and all of a sudden now he forgot that you existed. Do you think that these men have short-term memory loss? No, they don't. Okay? He knows of your existence. So I'm here to remind you that if he's not messaging you, it's for a reason. Now, I don't want the confusion trying to figure out what's the reason. What's the reason? Why could it be? Why could it be? Why? It doesn't matter. Okay? It really doesn't. Because if he's not talking to you, he's not talking to you. And I want to help you accept that so that you're not discombobulated anytime a man is either ignoring you or just simply not speaking to you. Okay? For whatever reason that reason may be. Okay? So, number one is prepare for war. All of these are going to be themed in war because this is war. Okay. I want you all to understand that. So, number one is prepare for war. Number two is going to be avoid land mines. Okay. Now, what I mean specifically when I say avoid land mines, you need to understand when a man begins ignoring you, you're going to come across landmines is just like what I mean by landmines. Landmines are like things in war where they blow up when you walk across them. It's like it'll be like a little string, and then once you walk across the string, you trip on the string, everything blows up. Okay? Right? So you need to understand you need to be actively trying and looking for how you can avoid landmines, because if you trip on one of those landmines, everything's gonna blow up. And what I mean by blow up is you're going to end up getting hit with a wave of super strong, intense emotions, and you're gonna say to yourself, I know you were ignoring me, and I know Thompson told me to like do nothing and just chill, but I don't know if I can be chill anymore. Like I've been trying to be so chill for so long, and the way I'm feeling right now, I don't think I can chill for any longer. I think chill time's over. I think it's summertime now, right? Like I want you to understand how those landmines will come and in what ways they will come. That way you can be anticipating them. That way you can be avoiding them and stepping around them. Are you following me so far? Okay. So an example of a landmine would be you opening up that Instagram app or that Facebook app if you're older. You swipe up on your phone and you unlock it. You open up that app, and the first thing you see, what's the first thing you see? You see his little profile picture in a circle with a little highlight around it because he's posted something on his story. Your heart drops. Your heart's beating 1,000 beats per minute. And you're saying to yourself, oh my God, I wonder what he's posted. And your finger goes and you're like shaking. You're like, oh my God, I need to see what he's posted. What is he doing? Why is he not talking to me? Well, what could possibly be more important than speaking to me? And you click it, and he's out somewhere enjoying his life with his friends, and you're like, oh my God, oh my God. He's enjoying his life without me. Oh my God, oh my God. How could he enjoy his life without my existence? How could you do that to me? And what's the first thing you do after that? You send him a long paragraph. You send him a real long paragraph, telling him how stupid he is, asking him why he's ignoring you or not speaking to you, begging for him to forgive you about something that you didn't even do, right? Or a long voice note, or you start spamming him with calls or messages, or you even respond to his story like a fan. Okay? Any one of those responses is horrible. It's horrific. It's actually the end of the world for you because you've lost. Remember, I just told you that this is war. Okay? Your country's been invaded and you've lost your country. Okay? You're homeless now. I'm actually serious with this because you need to understand the moment you do that, you show him that you can easily be broken with just a little bit of discomfort. In your case, it's a lot of bit of discomfort. But that shows him that anytime he wants you to feel uncomfortable with anything, even if he's the one that wronged you, all he has to do is withdraw from you. We don't want that for you. We also specifically don't want you to trip up over landmines that will easily hit you in the face with a wave of emotion. And then all of a sudden you're going to be discombobulated and not know what to do with your life. And what's the first thing you're going to do when you're discombobulated like that? You're going to reach out to him, and everything that we've been working for here is going to be ruined. Okay? So avoid those landmines. One of those landmines will be watching story. Get off of his story. Get up. Look me in my eyes right now. Look me in my eyes. Get off of his story. If you know you cannot control yourself, if you know you're a story superstar, you're an addict, you watch his story in the first 30 seconds. Natalia just said it. You mute his behind. You understand me? You mute his behind. For those of you who are on the older side, don't know what I mean by mute, on each of your social media platforms, there will be a mute button or mute equivalent button. What I mean by mute, right? Someone says block. No, you're not blocking him. That's going to make you seem bothered. If a man ignores you, you don't want to seem bothered. That's going to ruin everything that you're trying to do. So listen, this is why I say this is a strategy. It's not just do nothing, because I need to give you the specific strategy so you can understand specifically what to do. Do not block him. Okay? When a man ignores you, you mute him. Why? Because muting is not going to allow him to see any change in your profile, any change in what you post, any change in anything that you're doing. What it's going to do is it's going to allow you to stop seeing his story post or main post, wherever he posts on the main, right, on your timeline. That way, you're not going to accidentally bump into a post by him that will trigger you, where you'll say, oh my God, how could you go out and have fun with your life and move on without me and just forget about me? That's going to trigger you emotionally. We don't want that for you. So we want to help you avoid those landmines by muting him while also not making you look bothered. Because the reality of it is, if you block him anytime he ignores you, you're going to look very bothered. Okay? And if you look very bothered, even if you're not messaging him, it's going to accomplish the same goal of him being able to acknowledge that your discomfort is very, very intense anytime he ignores you for any reason. Okay? So, like I said, if he does you wrong and then he ignores you and you're so uncomfortable with that, that you end up apologizing for something you didn't even do, you're losing. And you've lost. Okay? Avoid those type of landmines. You mute him. Don't block him. You mute him. Okay? So that you're not tempted to even go on his profile, right? Because you're not seeing it constantly, and you're also not tempted to click it, and you're also not sitting here every time that you're scrolling through stories where you're not even paying attention and then you accidentally stumble across it as you're swiping through stories. And then you're like, boop, now you're watching it and now you're invested and now you're seeing it and then it's already over. Okay. We don't want that for you. And I know that's really tough for some of you to just say, I just won't watch it. Listen, I'm your friend. So I'm gonna try and actually help you. I know in reality, me pretending like I'm gonna just tell you don't watch it and you're actually not gonna watch it, that's not realistic. Okay? If you like that guy and you're invested in that guy, me saying just don't watch the story, you're probably not gonna be able to do that. Okay? So I need to give you a strategy so that we can actually help you not watch the story. Okay, right? Uh, Tenon says, I just block, but I never unblock. Blocking is for if you're absolutely done with the person. Let's go ahead and assume if a man is ignoring you, it's just the psychological warfare of the push and pull where he's still learning if you're someone he can mess around with and play with, or if you're not someone to be played with. Okay, listen, I want you to understand there are men that will try you once you show them that you ain't going. They're going to say, oh, okay, I tried it because it works on most other girls. Then they're going to say, I see that you're not like most other girls, and I can't do that with you. Okay. That's why I say relationships dynamics are fluid, and you have to understand whether it be your friends or even romantic partners that you're trying to build something with, people, guys especially, they're going to try to test you. Even if it's not purposefully, they're going to try to test you to see if you're going, see if you can be manipulated, see if you're someone who has a weak stomach and not a lot of willpower, because they're trying to gauge what can I get away with. And for a lot of guys, when they realize they can't get away with much, they'll still be like, oh, this is fine. I just wanted to see if I could get away with a lot. Now that I know that I can't, back to regular scheduled programming. I won't disrespect you anymore. Okay? I'm just telling you the truth. Okay? Some guys need to be trained. It's like having a puppy. If you don't train this puppy properly, puppy's going to grow up to be a bad dog, and you're never going to be able to undo the things that were done that you missed and while he was a puppy. Okay? Right? So you want to make sure of that. So avoiding landmines is so, so, so important. Now, another one of these landmines, and we've discussed something like this before, another one of these landmines is putting yourself in a position where he can come up to you, or sorry, he can make you jealous, I should say. Because if he's ignoring you, then he's not going to be coming up to you. But guys are strategic because they know if they ignore you and then they combine that with being able to have you see him with another girl or have you see him chatting up another girl, giving another girl some attention, that's going to have steam coming out of your ears. Your face is going to be red and you're going to be ready to explode. And when you're ready to explode, what do? You come up to him. Why are you talking to other girls and this and that? So you just think you're going to ignore me like I didn't even matter to you? And who is this girl that you're talking? So you like blondes now? That's what you like? You like blonde girls now with big bundas and big butts? I thought you liked yitties. You said you loved my yitties. Now all of a sudden you like dumb truck, and you're freaking out, making a scene. Okay? I don't want you doing that. Okay? We don't want you doing that. We want you calm and relaxed. But one of those landmines is going to be, see, guys aren't dumb. Guys aren't dumb. A little bit emotionally stunted. They're not dumb though. They know how to get what they want out of you. So if he's ignoring you, he knows if he sees you out in public at a party or he sees you at an event or anywhere where you guys are in the same room, in the same place together, and he knows that you're watching him because he knows that you're probably bothered that he's been ignoring you. What is he going to do? He's going to actively look for who the best looking girl is that he can talk to so that he can trigger you, and force your hand so that you end up breaking and saying, I'm so upset and mad that you've been ignoring me. Why don't you want to talk to me? And just that fast, he has won the war because now he has the power. Okay? Why I want you guys to be understanding. This is why I'm breaking it down for you like this so you can know what to anticipate and know what to be expecting in this time frame. A lot of these strategies that he's going to be using on you is not just the ignoring you, but it's going to be ignoring you in combination with other things like posting on a story, in combination with other things like being around a girl or having you see or watch him see him talking to another girl. That's going to trigger you. Okay? And if the guy's really smart, he's going to utilize a girl that would trigger you the most because she triggers your insecurities. So, for example, if you're someone that doesn't have a very curvy body and he's really smart, he's going to try to trigger you by talking to a girl who has a really curvy body because you're going to be thinking to yourself, oh my God, he's talking to the exact type of girl that I'm not. So, it's going to make you feel even more insecure and it's going to trigger you even more and make you want to go speak to him even more. Some of you that have experienced this know what I'm talking about. And I want you to understand this is psychological warfare. So if you're experiencing this, don't lose your mind. Okay. Don't lose your marbles because this is how things happen. This is how people are going to try you. Okay. Elle says, Thompson, what if I like red flags? Then enjoy your red flags. Enjoy them. Enjoy them. Okay. Does that make sense to you guys? Right? Someone says, M says, oh, yeah, but should we forgive that? Well, this is the thing. If you know that a man is ignoring you simply to get you to chase him, and then in the end, after he tries this whole strategy and nothing ends up working, and he comes back to you and says, okay, actually, I want to go out on a second date now. You get to make the decision if you're like, I'm too turned off now, or if you're like, cool, you tried it, it didn't work. Now you see, I'm not one of those. So now that you're on bended knee and you understand how to properly approach me, you're gonna approach me properly now. Okay. So you can make the decision when he finally finishes ignoring you and he comes back to you and he's approaching you properly. You can make the decision whether you say I don't want you or you can say cool. Now you understand what this really is and who's really in control. Okay, it's your choice. Lola donates 10. I believe that's Frank, right? Frank, Swiss franc, right? Thank you so much. I really appreciate that donation so much. Okay, thank you. So number one was prepare for war. Number two, like we talked about, avoiding landmines. Okay. Number three, this is hyper important. Number three, this is stop pooping time. Okay. I know you guys are always waiting for that time. This is stop pooping time. This is stand up straight time. This is get your hand out of your pants time because I really want you focused here. Okay. Number three, you need to ground yourself. Ground yourself. Okay. And I really mean that because if you're not grounding yourself here while he's ignoring you, you're going to be in a position where all your mind is going to be able to do is constantly play back, oh my God, he's not messaging me. Oh my God, he's not speaking to me. Oh my God, it's been exactly 3 hours, 35 minutes, 33 seconds, and 29 milliseconds. How could he not text me in this amount of time? And it's just, you're going to spiral and spiral and spiral until you finally break. You're going to start grabbing his t-shirts and smelling them. You're going to start grabbing his boxers and smelling them. You're even going to be sniffing his socks if you have those available to you. Okay? And it's just going to get increasingly more and more painful. You're going to start looking at the walls and saying, my life is so boring that he's not texting me. My life is so boring that he's not speaking to me. I'm watching paint dry. I'm just staring at my room. I'm just laying down in my bed. I've been in bed all day. Why won't he message me? Why won't he text? And you're going to spiral. You're going to spiral. This is why you need to ground yourself with things that will bring you, like keep you sane, but also take up that brain space so that it doesn't wander off in the distance into the area of, oh my God, I wish I was speaking to him. Oh my God, I wish I could talk to him. Oh my God, I wish I could spend time with him. Okay. So we need to find you at least one single activity that requires some thought power. Okay. So nothing passive. Okay. Nothing passive that's just, okay, I'm just going to sit back and watch Netflix, or, okay, I'm just going to sit back and watch a movie. No, because if you sit back and allow your mind to be passive, as soon as you're passive, your mind's just going to, as soon as you try to focus on whatever it is you're watching, right? Passively, your mind's going to go right back to the guy. Your mind's going to go right back to the fact he's ignoring you. Your mind's going to go right back to everything that's going on with him. You don't want that. Okay. Your anxiety is going to build that way. We need to find you just one single activity that you can do that actually takes some thinking, even in the smallest way. Like, it takes your focus in order to do it. If it's painting, then do that. If it's drawing, then do that. If it's writing, do that. Just don't write about him. Write about anything else except for him. Okay? If it reading a book, then do that. Okay? Like Cheeks just said. If it's painting your toenails, painting your fingernails, do that. Doing your makeup, do that. You want to deep condition your hair, detangle your hair, do that. Anything that requires some sort of focus where you can't just be off in la la land and your mind can start wandering and saying, damn, I wish I was speaking to him. Okay? Because even if it pops in your brain while you're doing whatever activity you're doing, let's say you're detangling your hair, you still have to be present with whatever it is you're doing, or else you're not going to be doing it right. You understand what I'm saying? So it needs to be some sort of activity that can ground you and keep you there and basically pull you back anytime your mind starts to wander off in the distance, right? Because if your mind wanders too far off in the distance, then you can't properly do the thing that you're, or the activity that you're supposed to be doing. Okay? So it's got to be stimulating enough that it can actively be pulling you back to the center and grounding you, that you don't get lost. All right? And I really mean that. Because I promise you, if you don't find an activity to ground yourself while he's ignoring you or not speaking to you, you're going to lose your marbles. You're going to. And I don't want you to lose your marbles. It's very important that we keep you centered so that you can continue to focus and not get all discombobulated. Okay? Ground yourself. So, for those of you who are looking for anything and you're like, I don't know what I like, I don't know what I want to do. I just don't know. I 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 don't know. Very simple, okay? Very simple. If you need to, okay, I know I talked about TikTok with you guys, but some of you can't go out places, okay? At the very least, okay? I want you to take out a notepad and I just want you to start writing, okay? I don't want you to write about him, but I want you to write about your fairy tale relationship, okay? If you don't know what to do, just do that. Write about your fairy tale relationship. Write about what your perfect man looks like. Okay. Use that time to write about what your perfect relationship is going to look like, how amazing of a family you're going to have, and how amazing your life is going to be. Okay. At least use that time to put your brain power into writing some affirmations down on this piece of paper that you can look at it and actively go back and say, oh, that's actually what I want my life to look like. Oh, that's actually what I want my relationship to be like. Oh, that's actually what my dream life is. Because for a lot of you, you don't even know what your dream life is, right? And you're waiting for a man to show you that when you don't even know what he's supposed to be showing you. So that can actually help you identify, is the man ignoring me that I don't even want? Am I being ignored by a man who isn't even the type of man that I want to be in a relationship with? Why am I stressing over a guy who's shown me on multiple occasions that he's not even the guy that I'm looking for? I just finished writing down 3 pages of exactly what I want my relationship to look like, exactly what I want my partner to look like, and I just realized that he is none of that. So in the process of me doing something to use my brain power on, I realized that the guy I'm literally stressed out that was ignoring me is not even the guy that I'm looking for. Wait, why am I stressed out again about the guy that I'm not even looking for? Huh, I guess that doesn't make sense. Okay? So use your brain. If you don't know what to do, use your brain power doing that. Like I said, don't write about him, write about your perfect life and write about your perfect relationship. Okay? Because I guarantee you, when you start thinking back to him and you start looking at that paper and you realize that that's not him, it's going to seem very silly that you're stressed about a guy who's not even the guy you're looking for. Doesn't really even make any type of sense. Okay? Right? Especially when you're in a situationship where all he's been telling you is how much he loved you at first sight, and how much, as soon as he saw your dump truck and as soon as he saw how tight your jeans were. Sorry, no, he's not going to tell you that. He's going to tell you that he fell in love with you at first sight, but he's not going to tell you that he really fell in love with how tight your jeans were and how big your dump truck is, and how it's really about that. And you're going to start thinking to yourself, this guy doesn't show me any of the things that he says to me. And this guy's not about any of the things that he says he's about. It's actually the complete opposite. So why do I want a guy who's the complete opposite of exactly what I thought I was looking for? It's not going to make a lot of sense to you. Okay? Which is good. Are you guys following me so far? Right? Someone says, yes, writing it works, then the embarrassment sets in. Good. I'm glad. I want the embarrassment to set in. I want you to come to the realization that I'm actually wasting my time concerned about a guy that isn't who I'm looking for. Lazia says, is this pre-recorded? It's absolutely not pre-recorded. I can see your message and I can respond to it anytime I want to. Okay, so you can send me as many as you want. I can see it. Okay, does that make sense? So, number one was preparing for war. Number two was avoiding landmines. Number three, you have to ground yourself. Number four, okay? Number four, I need you to free your mind, okay? Free your mind. Everyone with me. Deep breath in your nose, in through your nose, out through your mouth. In through your nose, out through your mouth. We want you to relax. Just take a chill pill. And I want you to realize that even if he's ignoring you, your life is still good. You're still whole. The end of the world isn't coming just because one single boy doesn't speak to you. You're still pretty. You're still attractive. Your dump truck is still amazing. Your yitties are still voluptuous. Your smile is still like a supermodel's. You're fine. It's fine. You're okay. If he doesn't want to talk to you or speak to you, he doesn't recognize how amazing and awesome you are, that's fine. That doesn't make you any less amazing or awesome. You breathe it in. Oh, he doesn't want to speak to me. And you breathe it out. Perfectly fine. I don't need to force people to be in my life who aren't prepared to be in my life. I don't need to force people to try to be present with me or appreciate me who don't even want to be present with me or appreciate me. Okay? I want you to start thinking about your life like that. I know it sounds like, well, that's so sad. You should be attached to the people that you're in a relationship with. You should want so badly for this relationship to work that you do everything you possibly can to force it to work. No, no, because that's not really how you get into a relationship with someone who is intentional with you, especially you as a woman. You can't be thinking about how do I force this man to want to be with me. Okay. You can do things to stimulate his desire to want you and chase after you and pursue you. But in reality, you can't say, I'm going to message you this particular type of way, or I'm going to call you this particular type of way, or say these particular type of words so that I can force you to, to finally see me and want to pursue me. Okay. You still have to allow that space to happen where he comes to you because that's genuinely how he feels about you. Are you following me so far? I want to say thank you to two people who donated. We have Trinity who donated some Swiss franc there. Thank you so much to Trinity. Shout out to the Swiss people. We got two donators from Switzerland here. And Real Life Topics also donates $3. Thank you so much. And Real Life Topics also says, uh, you got the game locked down. Thank you. I appreciate you as well. Thank you for the donation. So, very important that you free your mind and you detach yourself, right, from the idea that you have to be with him specifically. I always tell you guys this because it is so hyper important. I know that when you get into a new relationship with the new guy and everything's going really, really well, the first thing you're thinking of is, you're so perfect. I love you so much. This is absolutely so in line with everything I've ever been looking for. I can't imagine that I'll ever be able to find anything even remotely similar to this. I need you to realize that, yes, your relationship is amazing. Yes, and I'm sure when you get into a relationship at the very beginning, it feels like this is the most perfect thing ever. I assure you, as time goes on, there will be also things about the person and the relationship that you discover are not so perfect. I don't want to say this to make you a pessimist and to make you feel like, oh, only bad things are going to happen. But I just need you to understand, in the process of you meeting someone and growing with someone, they will do a lot of things that you love. They will also do some things that you don't love as much. So especially when you're in the beginning stages and you feel like, oh my God, you're so perfect. Oh my God, this is so perfect. The reason that I say slow your roll, okay, take your own chill pill is because the moment you start thinking this is so perfect, this is never not going to be perfect. This is absolutely everything that I've ever wanted in my entire life, and it's just never going to be anything that I don't want. Is the moment you start thinking I have to hoard you and hold on to you for dear life because I'll never find anyone that will treat me this way. I'll never find anyone that appreciates me like this. I'll never find anyone with the qualities that you have. And it really, literally has to be you. It can't be anyone else. It can't be any other scenario. If this doesn't work with you, then my life is literally over. Because the moment you start thinking like that, your mind is going to have a grip on you where you literally cannot detach yourself from the outcome of you being with him, right? uh Ari just said you're gonna have a fear of abandonment, and you're gonna create a fear of abandonment with a guy who isn't even necessarily all that you're necessarily looking for. Just because you've convinced yourself that he's the Prince Charming, he's the perfection, he will never make any single mistake, and you've put him on a pedestal, it's gonna make your fear of abandonment even worse because you're not just gonna be fearing being abandoned by some regular guy. You're gonna be fearing being abandoned by the perfect guy, and his perfection is going to make it even that much painful that he's ignoring you and maybe going to be walking away from you because you're going to think, I'll never find anyone else like you. Okay. Like I say, I'm not saying this to make it so that you'll never be attached to anyone you ever date, but I just want you to understand, if you're approaching your relationships from the mindset that, oh my God, it has to work out with you, even if you're showing me that you don't care if it works out with us, even if you're showing me that you're not truly invested in this relationship, even if you're showing me that this doesn't really matter to you as much as it matters to me, I need this to work. Well, then what are you going to do as soon as he ignores you or as soon as he pulls away from you? You're going to be doing everything you possibly can to make this work. And once again, you're chasing after him. So if he has disrespected you, right, and he then ignored you, and then now you're chasing after him, what does that show him? No need to take accountability, no need to take responsibility, no need to do anything except ignore you and pull away from you because your anxiety is going to lead you to start chasing him. And now you demand. Okay? You demand. Good for you. Yay for you. You demand in the relationship and you can go give your man princess treatment. Okay? You're Prince Charming now. Yeah, that works? You the papa, Majan says. Okay? Right? So, preparing for war, number one. Avoiding landmines, number two. You wear the pants. You wear the pants, you wear the jeans, you wear the cargo pants, you wear the whatever you want to say. You wear them. You wearing them. Okay? Whatever type of pants. Um, Prepare for war, number one. Avoiding landmines, number two. Ground yourself, number three. I put three and I have four. Number three. Free your mind, number four. And number five is you need to stand your ground. Okay? Now, what I mean by standing your ground, you need to understand, once a man ignores you, okay, in order to force your hand, there's going to come a point where he's probably going to realize, if you've been doing all the rest of this strategy properly, he's going to realize that him ignoring you does nothing. In fact, when he ignores you, you don't take a step back, you take several steps back. You don't press him, you don't do nothing for him or with him. In fact, because you're muting him and not watching his stories, you're not looking at what he's posting, you're not chasing after him, he's going to say to himself, "Oh God, actually, it quite seems like when I ignore you, you get a bit disinterested in me. Hey, wait a while. No, hold on pretty little lady. Hold on a second. I didn't I wasn't ignoring you so that you would ignore me also. I didn't I didn't want you to forget about me. Wait a second. Just hold on. Wait a second. I didn't know that you were going to actually walk away. Just hold on. If I knew that you were going to walk away, I wouldn't, you know that I wasn't actually trying to ignore you, right? Like, me and you, we cool, right? Like, you still like me, right? Like, don't you like me? You like me, right? Like, you want us to be in a relationship, don't you? This is real, right? This is real to you, right? Right? And you're going to start growing his anxiety because he's going to start realizing, as he tried to ignore you to gain leverage, to gain power. I told you this is a war. he's going to start realizing, oh, wait, but I'm not gaining any power. I'm not gaining any leverage. Actually, I feel like I'm losing a lot of power because as you continue to ignore me, you continue to live your life. You continue to enjoy your life as if you don't realize that I'm ignoring. Wait a second. You were supposed to realize that I was ignoring you and be bothered, right? They're going to start getting upset because the whole purpose of them ignoring you was so that you would be bothered. Then when you're not bothered, it's like, wait, but now I feel like you've forgotten about me. Do you not realize that I haven't messaged you in 1 week? You don't know that I haven't texted you or called you in a week? How are you so busy? How is your life so full of enjoyment and awesome fun amazingness that when I ignore you for a whole week, you're not phased, you don't say anything, you don't respond to anything. I feel like you don't care about me. Okay? And the guys that are doing this to get their power in the relationship, especially at the beginning, are going to realize that it's all for nothing. And it actually makes their life harder because now they're getting closer and closer to losing out on you when they do this ignoring thing, when they do play this game with you, and they only get that back tenfold. In the future, it's going to help him realize maybe I shouldn't be ignoring her because when I ignore her, we actually don't speak. And it actually could be over if I just continue ignoring her or continue trying to use this as a way to gain leverage or power. So maybe when I do something wrong, or maybe when I upset her, or maybe when I disrespect her, instead of ignoring her to just trigger her into chasing me, maybe I should actually just apologize. Maybe I should actually just take accountability for what I did. Maybe I should actually just do the things necessary to be the man that she needs me to be. Because ignoring her is not going to make her so anxious that she reaches out to me and she says, "Forget everything. I just want you to talk to me." I don't have that much power. Okay? It's a very humble realization that the guys will come to, but they'll come to it. And so the reason I titled this last part "Stand Your Ground" is because I want you to stay sane when he does come back to you after ignoring you. This is what I mean when I say stay sane. So, for example, a guy's going to message you and he's going to say, after a week, let's say, of ignoring you, he's going to say, "Hey, my bad. Was just busy for the last week. My phone died for 1 week. Couldn't message you. My apologies." What he usually is going to expect when he gives you some sort of excuse like that, or he comes back after a week and says something like that, he expects you to respond in a way where you'll freak out. "Oh, you're telling me for 1 week your phone was dead, and you're telling me for 1 week you got so busy that you couldn't even send me a single message? You couldn't even reach out to me and say that you're busy? You're telling me 1 week goes by and you can't remember to send me a message or us to go out on a date, and you can't call me once?" He's expecting you to freak out like that when he comes back that way. That's like the last ditch effort when he realizes that ignoring you didn't do anything. And in the process of ignoring you, you've literally just allowed him to be. Then when he comes back, he's gonna make some silly excuse like, "Yeah, I was just busy for the past week." Okay? And then when you freak out, it shows him, I do have that power. You were uncomfortable. And it's like that ego boost for him, that validation for him that he's the one in control. I got her right where I want her. And the reason I want you to stand your ground is because even when he comes back to you and he says something like that, this is what I want your response to be. "Oh," and he says, "Oh, I was busy for a week." I want you to say, "Oh, cool, that's fine." Because then he's gonna say, "Wait, uh, wait, what? Yes, you were busy for a week. Your phone died for a week. That's cool, no problem." He's gonna say, wait, wait a second. No, I said like my phone was just dead. You know how silly that sounds, right?" And you're gonna go, "No, it doesn't sound silly. If you say your phone died, then your phone died. Perfectly fine with me." Like, are you just are you telling me you're just going to accept that my phone died for 1 week and you're not even going to be upset about that? You're not even going to try to call me out? What, do you not care? No, I mean, that's what you said. Wait, but you're supposed to be upset. That you're supposed to yell at me. No, that's you said your phone died. You didn't message me. That's perfectly fine. My life goes on. Wait, but your life's supposed to stop if I don't talk to you. You're literally like your world's supposed to stop spinning if I'm not calling you every day or texting. Who are you calling or texting? Cause, cause why would you not care if I don't call or text you? Then you start thinking to yourself, well, if you want to call me or text me, you can call me or text me. He's like, but no, I was busy. Okay, then you can be busy. But no, if I'm busy for 1 week, you're supposed to be upset that I'm busy for 1 week, and you're supposed to message me 1,000 times and ask and beg me to talk to you. That's what you're. Why don't you? Why don't you care? You're supposed to message me when I'm ignoring you. Why don't you care? And you're gonna be like, there. It's okay. You're fine. Okay. If you want to talk to me, you can talk to me. It's okay. You're fine. Okay. And you see, now you're the one in control. Even though he came back, right? He came back with a statement to try to trigger you once again. When he realized that it didn't trigger you, that was like the last ditch effort. And then after that, right? After he realizes that that last ditch effort doesn't trigger you, his ego is you're gonna strip him of his ego. And I know it sounds horrible, but I'm just trying to help you get what you want. Once you strip him of his ego, he's gonna come to the realization ignoring her doesn't work. It actually makes our relationship worse, and I risk the chance of losing out on her completely. On top of that, she doesn't even seem like she cares that much. So maybe I have more work to do in this relationship, because if she doesn't care if I don't talk to her for a whole week, I might not be where I thought I was with her. So I thought I was building something, and I thought she really liked me. I might not even be close. She might barely like. In fact, she might have 2 or 3 other boyfriends that she likes way more than me. Not that you should be dating multiple people, but I just want you to understand that's how guys start thinking. I got to start doing more. I'm not doing enough. Because if she doesn't care when I don't reach out to her for a week, and I just come back and she's like, "Oh, it's whatever," then I'm not. Hey, is my PP too small? Is that I'm not stroking her right? What's going on? Maybe I need to start changing it up, switching up my stroke game. I got to start watching some videos. I got to start changing my tongue movement because something's not working. She's supposed to be attached to me by now. She's supposed to be desperate for me by now. If I go away for a week, she's supposed to be crying and discombobulated and all over the floor like a sad piece of putty. Okay, that's what's supposed to happen. So the fact that you're not like that is concerning to me. Now he's chasing after you, trying to figure out why you're not moved by him ignoring you. And just that fast, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray! You've won the war. Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray! Okay? And you have successfully protected your country and won over another country where you are now in control of the entire kingdom. See how that works? Okay? You must be prepared for war. And if you come with the right strategy, like we just discussed today, you won't be all thrown for a loop when you're going through these particular emotions, and you'll know exactly how to strategize for war so that you come out victorious. Victorious. Okay? So, number 1 was prepare for war. Number 2 was avoid landmines. Number 3, ground yourself. Number 4, free your mind. And number 5, stand your ground. Okay? Now, do you guys have any questions about what we just discussed here today? I want to make sure that if you guys are confused about anything, any of these points, that we discuss them in detail so that you guys are exactly sure on what I mean and even more specifics. Okay? Right? Cece says, I did this last time you said, and then he removed me everywhere. Perfect. Cece, I want you all to understand this. Okay? This is the realization that you all need to come to. When a man ignores you, okay, and you use this strategy that I am giving to you, you have to understand that there will be a percentage of men that ignore you that never come back. Why? Because they never even had enough interest in you in the first place to do anything with you. Okay? They were either playing you or just trying to extract something from you. We know that what they're trying to extract, it's in between your legs and it's hopefully very lubricated. And he was trying to extract that from you. Okay? So if he realized that this is not worth the effort, if he realized that he's not really that interested in you, or for in some rare cases, special cases, he had a whole nother thing going on with a whole nother girl and you just weren't a priority to him, when he ignores you and you use this tactic like I'm showing you, like I'm telling you, you're going to realize he literally never reaches back out, and that's the end of it. I want you to clap it up because you still won the war. How have you won the war? Because you successfully booted away a man who really wasn't there to build anything with you in the first place. And even better than that, you've booted him away fast and efficiently instead of wasting a whole bunch of your time reaching out to that man over and over again, trying to get him to talk to you over and over again, trying to get him to acknowledge you or notice you or want to spend time with you over and over and over again, only to realize that nothing is working, or to have him speak to you. And then in the process of having him finally speak to you, you realize that you're the one pushing the relationship forward, not him. And if it wasn't for you pursuing, if it wasn't for you showing interest, if it wasn't for you taking all of the initiative, you wouldn't have no relationship. And like I said, just that fast, you're now wearing the pants. You're wearing the pantalones. Okay? You the man, you chasing, you giving him princess treatment. And I believe most of you don't want that. Thank you so much to Ivy, our YouTube channel member, who donates $10 in the YouTube chat. She says, isn't ignoring better? What do you mean? Ignoring better for what we're talking about here? I mean, yes, ignoring him is better. But are you talking about when he then messages you again after ignoring you? Isn't it better for you to ignore him? I mean, theoretically, yeah. But if you're trying to build something with him and he ignores you, then you ignore him, and then nothing ever happens, then nothing's ever going to happen. So, I mean, yeah, you can ignore him, but then that will probably be the end of it. Okay. When I'm saying what to do when a man ignores you is that when he ignores you, he'll realize this doesn't work. He'll then reach back out to you, and then you can go from there, type of thing. But if in the process of that you realize that, nah, you're ignoring me and I'm actually not even that interested in you, I don't even want you, then you can just say, cool, I don't want you. This is not for me. Okay? Right? Someone says earlier, they said, let me scroll up. Let me scroll up. You guys are asking some good questions. Someone says, should we answer their messages as soon as they come back? Okay, that's a great question. That's a great question. When a man ignores you and he finally comes back and then he says exactly what I said, right? He's gonna do one thing to trigger you, just to try to do a last ditch effort to see if you'll be really upset and you'll lose your mind. I don't want you to respond right away. Don't be thirsty to respond. Okay. So even when he does come back, don't be thirsty to respond in the first 30 seconds as if you've been waiting for that message. Give it at least a couple of hours. Give it 2 to 3 hours where you don't respond back to him, where it looks like you were just doing your thing and you were just living your life. You saw the message, you responded to him. You don't have any petty bones in your body. You just let it ride, right? You responded to it when you had time to respond to it. And that way he can realize, because this is why I say do it like this. You don't want to make it seem like you were waiting for his message and watching paint dry, waiting for him to text you, and then you texted him back in 30 seconds. But you also don't want to make it seem like you were in this scenario, in this specific scenario. You don't want it to make it seem like you were so bothered by the situation that you chose to get him back by ignoring him as well. You just want to make it seem like, oh, you're messaging me now. I didn't even realize that you hadn't spoke to me in a week. That is actually the really confusing one. Okay. In this, listen to me. In this specific scenario for this specific strategy, it becomes very confusing when you respond in a way that's casual, where he feels like, wait, so you're just you don't do you not know that I haven't spoken to you in a week? Do you not know that I haven't called you or whatever? Like, you're not upset, you're not mad, you're not losing your mind. What are you doing? What are you doing in your life that you just casually respond and you're not upset or mad or anything, right? So you're not gonna make it like a 2 3 days where you're showing him that you're bothered, or you're showing him that it bothered you that he didn't reach out to you. You're gonna basically strip him of his ego by making him feel like, I honestly just didn't even notice. So even when and this will be the even this is like a cherry on top, like a real if you guys want to talk about manipulation, this is a real cherry on top here. If you can allow him in the process of when he comes back for him to bring up, yo, you know that I didn't message you for 7 days, right? Like, you know that it was a week. This is the cherry on top. You can say, oh, has it been a week? I didn't even realize. And then he'll be like, this girl just said she didn't realize that I had messaged her for a whole week. Oh my god. I am literally irrelevant. Oh my god, this is so embarrassing for me. Oh my God, I am so embarrassed. I was ignoring her, thinking that she was going to be so thrown for a loop. And she didn't even realize that it's been a week. My ego's on the floor. Okay. And that's good. You want him to feel like this didn't work. You didn't accomplish anything, and I didn't even realize that you were ignoring me. So what was the point of that? He's gonna start thinking to himself, what was the point of that? I didn't accomplish anything. She didn't chase after me. I didn't get what I want. She basically forgot about me. She didn't even realize I wasn't messaging her. What was the actual point of that? Maybe I shouldn't do that ever again. Probably not. Doesn't do anything for me. Okay. And you want them to feel like that. Okay. Someone says, what if he continues doing it over and over and over again? Well, then that becomes a choice, right? That becomes a choice that you can make. If he's doing it over and over again and you come to the realization that this is not what you're looking for in a serious relationship, then you can just cut him off and just be done with the relationship. This is where you have to use your own discernment, right? I can't tell you what you should or shouldn't be willing to deal with. But if this is continuing, I want you to understand this will happen in the process of you growing a relationship with someone and the dynamic shifting and everyone getting an understanding of who each other is and what how each other responds to things. So I don't want you to never be expecting this to ever happen. This does happen even in relationships that end up working out. I'll just be real with you, okay? Everyone's fighting for power and everyone's trying to see what can I get away with? What are you going to be able to deal with and things like that, okay? So I don't want you to never expect it. But if this is an ongoing thing continuously happening, then you have to start reevaluating. If this is not what you're looking for, then you can gladly walk away from this. And if he wants to ignore you all the time and that doesn't work for you, then you can say, look, I'm not dealing with this and I'm walking away from this. That's perfectly fine as well. That is at your own discernment, meaning you make your own decision on which one is appropriate for which situation. You understand what I'm saying? Says if we act like this, he will be afraid to lose you again, and a little fear is good. I always tell you guys that the two things that you always want to be seeking in your relationships with guys is respect and fear. Love, adoration, him having him horned up for you. Cool, that's great. Sounds good in a Disney princess movie. But what will actually get him to act right and avoid temptation and not go down the path that just whatever he feels and saying and doing whatever he wants is respect and fear. Let's just be so for real. You can call it toxic, you can call it manipulative, you can call it all the names in the book, but the reality of it is the men who are acting right in the relationship have respect and fear for their woman. It doesn't have to be fear like, "Oh my god, I'm scared you're going to hit me. Oh my god, I'm scared you're going to blackmail me or ruin my life." But it's the fear that if I don't act the right way, if I don't respect this relationship and respect you, then you will gladly walk away from this because you know what you deserve and you know what you're worth type of thing. Okay? The fear of losing you, like Hazel just said. And that's not a crime. It's actually a good thing. Everyone should have that in a good relationship, just a little bit of healthy fear. Okay? If you don't, then you don't have a reason to say, I'm not going to do that thing. Right? Does that make sense? Okay. So, with that being said, it do any of my Players Club members have any idea what time it is? Because I'll tell you right now, it's a special time of love, laughter. It'll take you over the moon and it'll make you cry. The most amazing time, the most magical time. It'll make you feel things and think things that you never felt or thought before. I see some of you are confused. It's okay to be confused. We're going to let you in on the secret so you'll never ever lose. The secret is Oh man, it's Discord time. It's Discord time, okay? Everyone, buckle up your seatbelts. We're gonna hop into the Discord and we're gonna get this thing going today. Okay, we got lots to answer, and I made sure to give you guys lots of time so we can answer lots of Discord questions. I seen one was going absolutely insane in the Discord, so we gotta make sure to get to that one. By the way, thank you so much to Uniqueism who donated twice here. Oh my gosh, Uniqueism, you the best. Uniqueism says donates $20 and she says like the video and can you screenshot be in the Discord. Yes, you can send screenshots in the Discord. I'm in the trenches and he's playing dirty with a dress and sorry, 8 days and we haven't spoke because I texted, is this what I should expect? Said sorry for being late twice. But called both times. Okay, yes, send screenshots in the Discord, Uniqueism, 100%. So your situation, add all as much detail as you possibly can, and you can send screenshots in the Discord as well, if they apply to the situation. So 100%. Yes, thank you for the donation as well. Let's see. So guys, make sure you know in the Discord, this is ordered by date posted. So if you're ever confused about why your question might be skipped. These are by date posted, not by recent activity. So if you add a comment or add an update, it's going to put it back to the top. But don't worry, when I'm going through it, I go through it by the day that you created your first message. Okay, so just keep that in mind. That's what the queue is organized like. Okay, so we'll start off today with Teddy. Teddy says, "Is it okay or not okay?" So Teddy says, "Tomisin, is it okay if I tell a man who is pursuing slash courting me about the other guys who are chasing slash attracted to me? I mean, he be seeing that I get attention here and there from other guys, and he be asking. I'm wondering if I should give him tea or not. What do I do?" Okay, Teddy, this is actually a great question. I'm glad you asked this. This is my honest advice to you and all of you who are curious about this. My advice to you, do not go out of your way to tell guys about all the other guys who are trying to date you and in line to be with you, okay? So when I be saying things like, "Oh, get in line of the 1,000 other men that are ready to crawl on glass and sniff my butthole," I want that to be a concept that lives inside of you, and you like take action through that understanding of who you are. Okay. But at the same time, I do not want you coming out and saying there are 1,000 guys out here ready to crawl on glass and sniff my butthole. So if you're not ready to do it, then the other guys will, because it's gonna make you come across very arrogant, very self-centered, and it's going to make it seem as if you're not there invested in the relationship for the right reasons. The most magical thing about the Players Club is that you come to the realization, and we create strategies that help you, right? Project out a particular image, and knowing that the particular image that you project outwardly is going to be received by people, specifically in this case, the men. And your understanding, this is where I come in, your understanding of how men process information will help you be perceived in the way that you want and gain the response that you want, because you're trying to initiate and trigger a response in him without you actively going out and doing something, right? So the thing that you do kind of only consists of you. You allow him to receive that from you. And in the process of him receiving that from you, he responds the way that most guys will respond. So what I mean by that is, Teddy, in this specific situation, right? A guy can see that other guys are pursuing you without you telling him that other guys are pursuing you. So it's way more powerful even when he can see that without you saying something about that. So I don't want you to be telling him, "Oh, I'm going on 10 dates and 30 dates and 40 dates." I don't even want you to be dating multiple men at once. Okay. So that's not even something that I advise. I want you to allow him to see it natural that other guys come up to you and flirt with you in the process of you guys going out. Other people compliment you, call you pretty, things like that, right? So that he can see for himself firsthand that you are a desirable woman. He knows that you're a desirable woman, but also in the process of him spending some time with you, he's gonna see, damn, I know he's looking at her. Damn, I know he's checking her out. I know I can see all the other eyes on her and things like that. That will be his understanding of, yeah, other guys like her. Yeah, other guys are interested in her. And that, trust me, for a guy, that will be more than enough of a realization to know, yeah, my girl is a desirable woman and she's desired not just by me, but by other men overall. And it's way more powerful when he comes to the realization that way. So no, don't give him no tea. You don't need to be telling him nothing. You don't need to be giving him any stories. Just let him see it. Now, you can be strategic with allowing him to see it. So if you know there's a particular guy that likes you at a party and you know that he's going to come up to you and chat with you, then you can put yourself in a position where he can come up, chat with you, and you can hold this conversation with him, knowing that he's going to be doing the most trying to flirt with you. That's a strategy that you can use without going out and telling him, hey, look at me, all the guys want me. He can see it for himself, but you also get the benefit of not making it seem as if you're purposely trying to force it down his throat, type of thing. That's where you get really, really strategic with it. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. Oh, that's general chat. Sorry. Uh, so let's go to the next question here. Let's see. Next we have, after Teddy, uterus muncherol. Oh, sorry. No, this says uterus muncher. LOL. Nice name, uterus muncher. Dating app turned into LinkedIn. Okay, uterus muncher. I'm okay, LinkedIn for a dating app. This is interesting. Part 1. Yo, Mr. T, I'm 18. Should I skip chat? The only reason I'm tempted to read this is because it says dating app turned into LinkedIn. So I'm just curious. Okay? Cuz you guys know we have a rule here, under 20, your situations are usually not, no offense, serious enough that they need to be answered in the Discord, because if you're dating someone that's under 20 years old as a guy, those guys aren't even ready to be an adult yet. Okay? He is the guy. So, okay, here's the thing. The guy she's dating is 29. Okay? So that's, if he was 18, I would say absolutely not. He's 29 though, so there should be some like, you know what I mean? He should understand what's going on, and he should be able to like properly treat this relationship. Okay? I'll only do it because he's 29. Let's see what she has to say. I see a lot of people are like, nah, skip this, skip this, skip this. Let's see what she has to say. It sounds interesting. And the guy that she's talking to is older at least. Okay. So let's see what's happening first. Met on a dating app, double homie. Okay. He's an intelligent, motivated man, qualities that attracted me. However, I struggle deeply with insecurities about my own intellectual abilities. You're 18, give it some time. Questioning why someone so intelligent would want to engage with someone like me who provides a little intellectual value. Okay? You provide little intellectual value, you believe. Okay? He gave me his number and went on our first date. He told me his brother passed away, trying to invoke empathy. So he told you that on the first date. I mean, that's not that. I mean, if it happened, it happened. It was normal until he brought me to his house to have a beer. Did this happen before or after you were 18? Because now I feel like I should stop reading this. I only took a few sips, knowing he's giving me alcohol to eventually have pineapples with me. What am I reading? He carried me to his bed. We started kissing, but he wanted to touch me. I restricted his hand and told him to chill, no touching in those areas. What am I reading, chat? He then took his eggplant out and started humping my leg. LOL. I rolled myself off of the bed. He did keep pressuring, and because I like him, I made a huge mistake by giving him head. Let's make the assumption that this all happened while you're 18, just for the sake of my own sanity. Okay? Let's make that assumption. He Ubered me home, and he ended the day by blowing a kiss, to which I gave him my middle finger. So you gave him head, and then you gave him the middle finger afterwards. You know what? You're 18. He messaged me saying we should meet again, this time hanging out at his place at 11 a.m. telling me he will pick me up, and I said verbatim, I'm not looking for casual hookups. If you try, I'll castrate you. Okay. Part two. He said, no problem. We can maintain a relationship without pineapples, and said the second date there will be no physical contact. Yeah. All right. He already doesn't take you seriously, by the way. So you saying that doesn't do anything. Issues arise. He didn't state a time. So on the second day, I assumed we were going to meet at 11. So 11 a.m. Right? I texted him. He told me let's meet at 4 p.m. to have a walk. After I can go home myself. I told him no, as I am busy in the evening. So I said it's either we meet up at 1 p.m. or I'm not coming. Okay, at least you're young but standing your ground here. He said no and told me he's listening to music and relaxing at home, to which I got frustrated and called him incompetent. Wow, you're a big girl. You going to ace your SATs, girl. I'm proud of you. And he replied, "You have mood swings." Okay. To which I responded, "At least I'm not addicted to cigarettes." Okay. I realized that I wasn't rational, and since he didn't it's okay. That's not that much of a diss. I didn't specify the time. I was being mad for no reason. No, I mean, if the time doesn't work for you, then the time doesn't work for you. I should have asked what time beforehand, so I apologize. Actually, no, not really. If he's asking you to hang out, it's not incumbent upon you to set the schedule. You understand what I'm saying? That's not really that. It's not really your fault. He said he will call me back, but didn't end up doing it. Okay, so he doesn't care that. What the? It's a Lee. A week went by, with zero texting, and funnily enough, before I was about to delete the dating app. Oh, this was on a dating app. You did say dating app turned LinkedIn. Okay. After three swipes, his new profile appeared, and I swiped right. Didn't match, and I received a text from him by saying he offered me love, but I didn't want it. I was overseas. He asked for my WeChat. Ah, this is so weird, but he didn't add me back. I was fed up and told him we can message when I'm back home. Why don't you just have each other's number? Why WeChat? Is WeChat more popular than WhatsApp? I don't know. Maybe I'm too old for this. Back home, I sent short messages, and he calls me, to which I didn't pick up, and he sends me a long message asking me if I wanted a part-time job and partnership for his business. What is this? Chat, what is this? He got head from you. Now he's asking you if you want a part-time job. What is this? Providing me with details of the task I needed to complete. Yeah, there's tasks you need to complete, all right, like opening your mouth and spreading your legs. This is crazy. It was mostly marketing related tasks. Yeah, I'm sure. You'd be marketing your leg, your what's in between your legs. I was confused as I don't have skills that would benefit his company. You don't. You don't. That's why I'm trying to tell you the skills are what you can do with your mouth and what's in between your legs. Those are the skills he's referring to. Those are the qualifications that you have. I'm only a first year uni student. Nevertheless, I wanted this job. Part three, he asked to meet again, and he will talk about the business model over lunch. Yeah, all right. I'm conflicted about his motives. Does he value my potential contribution to his business? Are you actually asking? Oh, you're 18. Sorry, I forgot. You're 18. Sorry, chat. She's 18. I was gonna say, you're actually asking this? Or does he see me as easily manipulated due to my age? Yes. The answer is yes, 100%. While I have feelings for him and desire the job opportunity, what could you possibly desire in that job opportunity other than spending time with him? I need guidance on how to navigate the situation with clarity and assertiveness, ensuring I maintain control and avoid being taken advantage of. Very, very simple. Uterus muncher. Don't uh don't entertain this guy whatsoever. You're 18 years old. Okay, like get off of dating apps. You don't need to be on dating apps at 18 years old. I can assure you, the guys that are matching with you on dating apps, knowing that you're 18, because I'm assuming that when you're saying you're 18, your age on the dating app is also 18. Any guy matching with you on a dating app that is matching with you knowing you're 18 is definitely 110% looking to take advantage of you because you're young and more than likely very naive. And because you're young and naive, a lot of the most mundane, easy, simple tricks will work on you without a lot of effort, and he can manipulate you and take crazy advantage of you because you just don't know the game. Okay, it's a good thing that you're here and you're listening to us and you're joining the Players Club because you're going to be learning some of the game. But the reality of it is, there's nothing on Tinder, Hinge, or any of these dating apps for you, because the guys that know how old you are only going to be looking to take advantage of you because of how old you are. So it's a lose lose for you. At 18, you still have so much discovering you need to do of yourself that you can't be focused on dating apps at this time. This is a virus. There should be an age limit to dating apps, because for you to be 18 and on these dating apps, this is like trauma waiting to happen. Because I promise you, no guy meeting you on that dating app knowing that you're 18 is going to be thinking about building a long term serious relationship with you. And they know that you don't know enough about enough to know the difference between a guy trying to build with you and a guy just trying to use you and manipulate you. Okay. So my advice to you is to delete the dating app. I think you said you tried to do that before you matched them. Delete it. Don't reinstall it. And I want you to take the energy that you've been putting into dating apps and putting into trying to find a boyfriend. Try and find you. Okay? You're 18. You have not yet to discover you yet. Before we start talking about discovering a relationship and a boyfriend, okay? Find you, discover you, and then in 2 years, when you finally, at least you turn 20, then come back and start talking to me about the guys that you're trying to talk to and you're trying to see and you're trying to understand what they're about and what they're into. So at least you have a little bit more of an understanding of who you are and how you fit into this world. Because at 18, the truth of the matter is, you don't know that yet. Okay? So that's what you need to be doing, focusing on you. Okay. Next here we have let's see. Uh RH. RH says thoughts. Okay, so RH says question. I really like this Jamaican guy, but on our second date to a vegan festival, this already doesn't sound good because 99% of Jamaican men are definitely not vegans. In fact, they love meat and chicken. So, and oxtail. So, I'm not sure where this is supposed to go. Let's see where it goes. He spent half of the time on a beach watching soccer. Okay. He then disappeared to the car and moved the car. Was he doing jerking off? I'm confused now. At this point, we weren't and still aren't official. What? Did you guys come together and he just left, disappeared with the car? I got mad and told him I needed space. Sorry, you should have provided more context. Did he come with you and just randomly go to the car and leave with the car somewhere? I'm confused. I didn't talk to him for a week. When I finally messaged him, he had 1 to 4 word responses. The next day, I saw him getting out of his car with another woman. Oh, that's what it was. He went to the car to go probably get on the phone with this other girl. Then in the process of talking to this other girl on the phone, he had to go leave and meet her or to speak to her in person. That's probably what it was. We met in our complex. I got mad and texted him about what I saw. Why? Were you expecting him to say, "Oh, I want to be with you instead"? Or maybe you were hoping that he would say that's his sister or his cousin? Let's go on. He told me that it was just a friend. Huh. I don't read this ahead of time. You guys know that, right? I just know that how men think and how they respond to things. Let's go on. I was pissed. We have not had pineapples, which I was glad about. I have cooked for him, but he paid for the groceries each time. Anyways, next day he offered to clean my car, and it turned out looking newer than when I first got it. You could have also just gone to a car wash, but whatever. Should I give him a chance because he cleaned your car like a car wash? What? Uh, I should also add he is 13 years older and has a son who is a senior. So, okay, I'm confused. Was the woman that you saw him with, was that the mother of his child or no? I'm confused because you did not specify who the woman was. So you said he said that that's a friend. So who's his baby mama though? This is not good. I should also add he's 13 years older with a son who's a senior, like senior in high school, I'm assuming you mean, and has his own place. He has his own place car. I would hope so if his son's a senior. Car is a teacher and doing an internship to be a principal. That's what the principals of schools are doing these days. That's some craziness. Uh, that was your question. RH. To be honest with you, I'm not sure. Uh, so the woman that you saw him with was not his baby mama, and It was just a friend. Kind of sounds like he's kind of just doing what he wants here. Doesn't sound like a very mature man. And I could probably promise you, if you were to have a conversation with his baby mom, she would tell you all the different red flags that he has that led to the relationship not working out. Because this, I just don't understand this. What it sounds like to me is that when he was in the car, the reason he left is because he was speaking to this woman and he has some sort of drama or situation going on with this woman that required him to leave, which is why he he disappeared and moved the car. I mean, he probably went to the car to talk to her on the phone. And then that's what led to your whole issue that you were having with him. So what it sounds like to me is that he's involved with another girl currently as he's involved with you. All that means is that you're not the priority. So I don't think that you should try to fight to be the priority. I think you should pull yourself back, take a really long, nice break from this man, and let's see if he actually decides to pursue you when you take a nice long break from him. I could I could probably assure you that he probably won't do much pursuing after you take a nice long break from him. When I say take a break, I mean don't answer his messages, don't text him, don't ask him to go out on dates, and let's see if he actually takes some initiative or if all of a sudden he forgets about you because he's dealing with all his baby mom and his friend. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Okay? Next we have here Jersey Squirtle. Now, I don't know if some of you have read Jersey Squirtle ahead of time because for whatever reason I was seeing this earlier. I don't like I said I didn't read it. But Jersey Squirtle, I think this is the most commented uh message that's ever been sent in the Discord chat. So 69 comments here. I don't think it's all her. I think some of you have been interacting with this, so it must be some sort of crazy story. So I'm warning you, this you want to buckle yourself up for this one because 69 comments is insane and there probably is something crazy in here, okay, that needs to be addressed. 25, look how far I'm scrolling. This is insanity. Let's see what Jersey Girl Squirtle says. Let's scroll up here. All right. Is he playing games? What should I do next? Okay. Jersey Girl Squirrel says, Hi, Tomisin. 42 seeing a 32-year-old man. Is that cougar like, guys? I don't know if that's cougar like yet. Is that cougar age? He lives 1 hour away. First meetup, we had coffee and a deep discussion for 3 hours. We kissed in the car. He said he wanted to see me again soon. That was Friday. Okay. He said he wasn't looking for anything. What the heck? He wasn't looking for anything serious and wanted to take his time to get to know me. I said I was looking for something exclusive. He said, please give him a try. He's in it for the long run. How can he say give him a try? He's in it for the long run, but say he's not looking for anything serious? How does that make sense? I don't get it. I did not text him unless he texted me first. He came to hang out with me Thursday after we had Squirtle. You mean we had pineapple? Squirtle's what's in between your legs. Pineapples is the action. But I get what you mean. So you guys had pineapples. So he came to hang out on the Thursday. You said you had a good conversation with him for 3 hours and you kissed in the car. And that was Friday. So that was the next week. So the second time of him meeting you after you guys met online. So one time he met you, he kissed you. The second time he met you, pineapples. Let's see how that worked out for you, Jersey Squirtle. Okay. After he kept saying how much he missed me and how he would see me soon. Yeah, I'm sure he's high off of getting inside you and jackrabbiting himself inside you for 90 seconds. He's high off that. So I'm sure he's excited. I'm real excited. Super excited. Very excited. I got tired of his inaction, right? Because he's just chit chatting. The next time he texted, I said, are you still interested in seeing each other? Why would you ask that? This is actually one of the things that we talked about today, right? When a guy ignores you, you feel that it's now necessary for you to take action because, like, maybe he forgot of your existence. He did not forget that you existed, Jersey Squirtle. He knows that you existed. You exist. He just doesn't care enough to message you anymore because he's already gotten and extracted what he wanted from you on day number 2. He said, "Of course." I told him that he had to schedule dates ahead of time and that I was going on other dates and may not be available. So yeah, I this is why I love getting the chance to help you guys see where you're going wrong because this was never going to work. Telling him that you have other dates and that he needs to schedule the dates ahead of time so that you can be available is not actually going to put him into action. The only thing that would put him into action is him coming to the realization that he wants to be with you for real. Okay. He said that he understood. He'll say that and nothing will happen. He texted me a day ago that he missed me. Nothing happened. I ignored it. 24 hours later, he texted, "Did you forget about me already?" So it sounds like he just wants to be a pen pal. It's the problem with meeting guys online. I said I was busy. He asked to see me again. I said, "Balls in your court. Pick a weekend day to take me out." He said he had work. I- This guy's telling you that he misses you, and then he's saying that he has work and plans. He had work and plans the next couple of weekends, but we could meet this Friday. I said yes. Instead of agreeing to a time, he said he would keep me posted. I wonder if he actually followed through with this. Let's see if he follows through with this. My guess, my money would be on he doesn't. Is he just playing games or busy? Thank you so much. Update. I texted him, "Sounds like you're unsure about your availability. Why are you on top of him as if you're his boss? Why are you being his boss, Jersey Squirtle? Why are you checking in on a man who already said he was going to do a particular thing? You do not have to remind him of the thing that he already said he was going to do. If he's a man, he knows how to do that thing. So if he said, I'm going to plan to see you on Friday, and he can't do that, you leave that man in the dust. Don't be talking about, well, if your availability is supposed to be Friday, then at this point, you're supposed to know what time you're going to take me out, and you're supposed to know what place you're going to take me out to. That just means he doesn't care. That just means he doesn't have the wherewithal. He doesn't have the initiative, the drive, the passion, the motivation to actually do the thing. Okay, I'll have to see when I'm free next. He said, "What happened to Friday?" Yes, please let me know about next week. My bad, I have to work tomorrow. Did you? Sorry, that's what he said. What is going on? He asked me if I was available tonight. Of course. Don't I tell you guys that that's one of the things guys will do? They'll test you to see if you'll drop everything for them and be available at a moment's notice. It's not about him wanting to spend time with you. He just wants to see how far you're willing to bend over backwards and forwards for him. You guys know what I mean? For him to see how much he can get you to do and how much he can get you to sacrifice. Why? Control. I tell you guys, it's a war. I said no. My first available day is next Friday. Good. At least you stuck to something. He said he has a concert next Friday, but we'd meet again if it's the starts to align. The stars align. What he's basically doing here is he's trying to instill in you fear, right? So he's instilling in you fear by saying, "Yeah, only tonight in 30 minutes works for me. So if you can't show up for me in 30 minutes and be even quicker than DoorDash would be, if you can't be DoorDash for me, we'll see if you ever get a chance to see me again." That's what he's saying by if the stars align, right? Because he wants to instill in you fear. Oh my God, if I don't show up for him literally tonight in the next 30 minutes, then I'll never see him again, or he'll forget all about me. And if he forgets all about me, then this relationship's not going to work out, and I won't be able to validate myself through you. I won't be able to validate myself by knowing that you want to be with me. So I should make sure that I'm as available and as ready as DoorDash, and I show up even quicker than DoorDash. I'm like DoorDash Express priority, 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 so that you can actually like me and want to be with me. This is what he's doing by saying this. I'm just telling you. Okay. I said, I guess, uh, I'm just a hit it and quit it. That's what you said. You said, I guess I'm just a hit it and quit it to him. Why are you demeaning yourself in front of him? Why are you doing that? Why are you literally slapping yourself in the face and talking down on yourself to him? You're literally telling him, "Hey, I'm a useless, you know, person with no willpower. I literally can't stand up for myself and I don't even see the value of myself. You're just using me as a hit it and quit it." If you believe that, why are you even bothering to message that guy? I thought that's the question I'd be asking to myself. If you think that I think of you as a hit it and quit it, why are you even messaging me? Why are you even entertaining anything I have to say to you? That means you have no respect for yourself. He said, "It's not like that." Of course, that's what he'll say. Okay. Right. "I'm still very interested in you." Of course, that's what he'll say. "Have patience with me." No. Uh, we can work this out. I'm in it for the long run. Is this like a copy and paste message he has in his notes of what to say when you say certain things? This "I'm in it for the long run." You've said that he said that twice. Why is that the thing that he says is his go-to? That's his catchphrase? I ignored it. 10 days later, he texted me, "Am I ever going to hear from you again?" I ignored it. Honestly, you should. I'm so glad you did. Update, he just called me twice this morning. I ignored it. What should I do next? Honestly, Jersey Girl Squirrel, let's see if you did any updates. I just texted him what you recommended. Sounds like you're unsure about your no, 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 no. No, no more texting. No more texting. He texted, yes, please let me know. No, 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 none of this. None of this. I see you guys went back and forth. Okay. Uh I see you guys went back and forth, and I see you gave some updates where you were responding to some people. None of this, okay? None of this. This guy has shown you on multiple occasions that he does not have the skill set to be able to actively plan a date, schedule it, and follow through with it. Okay, very very basic skills. If it's for someone who's supposed to be a boyfriend and then eventually a husband. Let me just put it to you very straight, Jersey Squirtle. If he cannot do those three things, plan a date, schedule it, like the logistics and everything, and follow through with it, that's not even a man you should be entertaining or spending any time talking to because you cannot build from that. And he's shown you on multiple occasions. I don't care how nice he is. I don't care how attractive he is. I don't care how big his schlong is. None of this is is going to be sustainable for a long-term serious relationship. Why? Because if he is not capable of planning, scheduling, and following through with a date, you're never going to be able to spend time with each other. You're going to continue being pen pals or doing this stupid thing where he says, "Can you see me tonight?" "No, I can't see you tonight. I'm busy right now." "Oh, well, I guess it'll have to be another time." And then you're like, "Cool, it's another time then." And then he messages you in a week, "Oh, I miss you. I miss you. What are you up to? I want to spend some time with you." You're like, "I'm not up to anything." "Okay, can we hang out tonight?" "No, I can't hang out tonight. I'm not available. Maybe next week on this day." I don't know about that day." And it's just the same thing over and over and over again. And you're never going to escape this cycle where he literally is not capable of planning, making a plan, scheduling it, and then following through with it. It's just ridiculous. You don't need a kid, right? You don't need a child. You need a man. If the man cannot do that, it's so simple. It's very plain. It's very black and white. He is not interested in you enough to be in a relationship with you. And in fact, I don't even think he has any real interest in you at all. So, honestly, Jersey Squirrel, do not waste any more of your valuable time on this guy. Just let it go. Just ignore him no matter how much he continues to you, no matter how much he continues to message you, continue to ignore him. All right? Very simple. I don't think that guy has anything for you, Jersey Squirrel. Next we have here, let's see. Let's see. Okay. This was wait, what? Yeah, this was we just did this. Yeah. It's like what? It just went again. So, baby girl says, "Is he wasting my time?" Baby girl says, "I've been in a relationship with a guy since we were 16, 17 years old. I am currently 26." Wow. So 10 years basically you guys have been in a relationship. Okay. "We both live in New Jersey. Throughout our relationship, cheating has been a reoccurring issue on both parts or just his part or on your part. He has taken another girl out in my car. Oh my gosh. Even included her in outings with his friends. Uh, sorry, what? That sounds like that he has a second girlfriend. Not even that that's the side. That doesn't bringing her out with the friends. That doesn't even sound like a side chick. That sounds like a girlfriend. I scared for you. Let's go on. We started dating when he had nothing, and I worked two jobs in college to support him. I see where this is going. During this time, I discovered he wasn't legally in the country and needed to get married to resolve his status. I wonder where this is going. I wonder. With my parents' consent, I married him. This is going to be painful, Chad. Just buckle up because I know where this is going. I haven't read it, but I know where this is going. Despite his emotional and physical infidelity, I hoped things would improve, especially after he secured two six-figure jobs. hmm However, he continued to message other women, which I found unacceptable. In December of last year, I got pregnant. This is horrible, but chose to have, and I don't even know if I can say this on live now. You guys know. Due to take care of it, we'll say, due to the uncertainty of our relationship. He was in Nigeria at the time. This man does not stand for all of us. Okay. I'm Nigerian as well, guys. He was in Nigeria at the time, and I went through the procedure alone. Okay. He didn't make an effort to see me during this period until I insisted. And even then, he only saw me the day before returning to America. By this time, he had obtained his citizenship and decided to move to Dallas, Texas. I'm going to tell you guys, I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I actually have experience in this, funny enough, not in this personally myself, but I have a family member who went through this exact same situation, and she was a woman as well, where she went through marrying a man that was basically marrying her to obtain his citizenship. And once he obtained his citizenship, he basically did a whole bunch of crazy stuff to get them to get them divorced. And then eventually he went off after he got his citizenship, and he went to go marry uh, the girl that he actually wanted to marry, that he chose to marry. And basically the whole thing was a facade. Like the whole growing this relationship, she wasn't who he actually wanted. What he actually wanted was a different type of girl, and he went to go marry the type of girl that he actually wanted to be with after he finally got his thing. Very, very pain. I can only imagine, because I haven't been through this personally, but I can only imagine the amount of pain you feel being feeling as if this entire thing was just for the plot of getting your citizenship, and that the love was never real. I can only imagine how painful that would be. So um I feel for you on that. I later discovered a list of women he had cheated with me, cheated on me with on his laptop. Wow. Wow. Why would he? Maybe he's just a psycho like that. I don't understand why keep it on your laptop. Or maybe you just found messages. In April, I told him I was done and kept my distance, but he continuously called and messaged me. I don't even get why he got a citizenship now. Maybe just for control. He promised to pay me out of my lease and wanted us to do couples therapy. Yeah. But he never followed through, of course. Instead, he suggested personal therapy, which I've been doing since I was 22. Despite our long distance relationship, communication has been poor. What do you mean, despite our long distance relationship? That already means communication will be poor. He calls me late at night and messages me sporadically, claiming he's busy. I eventually broke things off with him, because it wasn't fair. However, he came for 4th of July, yay, fireworks, claiming he wants to make things work and that he's loyal to me. As a Nigerian man, I'll just tell you that it's a lie. And he wants to marry me. Wait, what? He hadn't married you yet? I thought you said that you married him. What happened? Wait, what? With my parents' consent, I married him. What? So you hadn't? Okay, I feel like he's playing me and I've been trying to focus on myself first. Sorry, just to add, the pregnancy happened last year, December, but he already planned his trip to Nigeria a while back. It's probably to celebrate so he can tell his parents, hey, I'm a citizen now. I'm going to bring all of you here. I was also scheduled to go to Nigeria that same month, but later. When I did arrive, the whole recovery from the situation, he didn't care to see me until I complained. He saw me the very day before. Oh, you already said this, and now works. Mind you, we've been together for 8.5 years, uh, which will make it we will make it 9 together, but married for 5.5 years. So you okay? So you did marry him. However, people do not know we are married. Of course not. However, he messed up and told a few girls he only married me for papers. Wow, wow. So he's actually stupid. He's actually an idiot. He let go of his scheme. Obviously, we knew that was the scheme, but yeah, he let go of the scheme. Mind you, a couple of the girls I have mutual friends with, which messed up the idea of my dad telling us to keep the marriage secret in case of their disappointment, such as it not working out. Okay. Mind you, he recently last year told me he wanted to get married at 30. For me, it's not just going to work because of our female biological clock. Okay, yeah, that's fair. Our genotype ain't the same, so it's 50-50 chance of us having a sickle cell baby. Now it's leads me curious the baby I took care of, what was if it was the perfect trait. Uh, you're gonna lose your mind thinking like that. I don't know. A lot just keeps going on. I'm losing my love for him, especially since finding out of the cheating. Now the lack of communication tops it off. uh, Thank you, baby girl, for the message that you sent. Quite a doozy that you have. I will tell you. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. I have to be real with you. He 100% married you only for the papers. So you can't undo that now. You've already married him. He's already got his citizenship, so he's gotten what he wanted. I think at this point, you just have to be thinking about how you can save you and save the rest of your life. The truth of the matter is, at least, honestly, that at least you're only 26. You met him young and you're only 26 now. So you still have some good years. You still have lots of good years, but if you're talking about you want to do all of this before 30, you still have 4 years to get this thing done and build a relationship, and it can happen before 30, if that's what you want, if that's how you want it to happen. Um Now, in terms of what you need to do with this guy, I think you need to divorce this guy. There's just nothing left there for you. The man clearly married you for a particular reason. He got what he wanted, he got his citizenship. What's the point of putting yourself through all of this stress trying to build a relationship with a guy who clearly he doesn't want to build a relationship with you. He's just chip chap yap 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 yapping, talking about how he wants to marry you and this and that. I don't even know why he's doing that. He knows he doesn't. I think some guys just get stuck in the lie that they're like, I want this girl and that girl and this girl. If I can play 30 girls at once, I'll play 30 girls at once. You know what I mean? And I think he's just stuck in that loop where he just likes coming back to you and saying, I want to marry you today. I want to be with you forever. And da, da, da. And then you take him back and then everything's good. And then he goes back to doing exactly what he was doing the entire time. I think he actually enjoys that cycle, but you are wasting a lot of your valuable years. Okay. Like you just said, and you don't want to be wasting any more years, and you want to be getting this relationship thing sorted out before you reach the age of 30. That's perfectly fine, but then you need to be becoming very efficient and strategic with your time. That means you got to cut off completely people and relationships that no longer serve you. So obviously, for all the reasons you just discussed here, this relationship with that Nigerian man is no longer serving you. So you need to cut this off and cut it off completely. Divorce him, get those papers ready. Don't look back, block him, Get rid of anything, disconnect all your bank accounts, don't have anything connected with him, insurance, car, house, mortgage, nothing. Make sure you're completely disconnected from him and his life so that you can properly move on. Take at least a year to heal yourself because that was a long relationship that you're in. Take at the very least a year to heal yourself and just, figure out where you're at and who you are. And then you can hop back into the dating world. And then you'll have at like 2 to 3 years to kind of get things going and build something back up that's serious, where the guy's actually with you, not for papers and because he actually likes you. And then hopefully by that time, around 29, 30 years old, you'll be ready to have a baby with the man that you're in a relationship with. Does that sound like a strategy that you can follow? Now, the strategy only works if you cut this relationship on off as soon as you hear this advice. Like, and I really mean it. Like, start working on the things that you're going to do to cut this relationship off for good. Because the quicker you start that, the quicker you can take your year off to focus on yourself, and then the quicker you can jump back into dating. I would not advise you to end this and then go right into dating. You need to end this, take a year off, no boys, no texting, no messaging, no dates, no nothing. And then after a year, you hop back into it after you found yourself again. And then you can kind of come at the relationship from a little bit of a different standpoint. You understand what I'm saying? That is my best advice to you. So waste no time ending this current relationship because it doesn't serve you in any way, shape, or form. Okay. Next we have here, let's see. Um, let's go down. We got so many to do. So many to do. By the way, guys, let me know in the chat. I do want to do an extra live stream for you guys because I know we have lots of Discord questions to ask. So would you guys want me to do another Discord time on Saturday, this Saturday? And if so, should I just do it at the same time, 4 p.m.? Is that good for everyone? If I do one on Saturday that's only answering Discord questions, let me know. Please spam in the chat. Yes, do another one on Saturday, or if you don't care, just say no, whatever. Okay. But you guys all have to show up if I'm going to do it on Saturday. Okay. Is it too late? Monique says. Okay. Monique says, so I've been dating long distance for a few months. He has a bunch of these red flags, mainly empty promises, super slow and non progressing. Okay. We've seen each other recently and I thought it went great. Okay. He said he has no idea. Wait, what? He said he has no idea what his career is going to lead to and feels he is not in a place to commit. So this is just telling you he has no direction. That's what that translates to. Okay. I could see how this is true given his career, but I obviously told him there's no need to keep going. I would agree. There's no direction here in his life. So how would he have direction in your relationship? I think I have, wait, what? I think I have a kid and we live across the country. And so I felt I've been understanding of this because he also seems to be interested because why keep seeing me? What do you what do you mean I think I have a kid? I'm confused. Like you think he's a child? We don't communicate. Oh, like you think he's a child? He's childish? We don't communicate in between times though. He wasn't ready for commitment. Wait, what? Sorry, he makes a plan to see me. Anyways, after he told me that he wasn't ready for commitment, I'm just like, okay, my plan is no contact. Which after we saw each other, he sent a text. I responded and sent another. I hearted it, and that will be 2 weeks ago. But I can't help but feel if I understood some of these principles earlier, I would have had a different outcome. Anyways, I guess my question is, does a man ever change his approach if I change mine? Like, is it too late to start being up on game? Will standing on business make him or trigger him to or pursue me if it's not there in the beginning? Uh, will it never be? Do I let this guy go for real? Monique, to answer your question very simply, there's nothing for you to do. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, though all the strategies I give, I know this is probably not what you wanted to hear, but all the strategies I give are for when you're in the relationship and you're growing it, or in some cases where like the relationship's already like established or you're working on it type of thing. I don't really think there's much of a relationship here. He's not really taking any initiative, so what business can you stand on? He's not really doing anything with you, so, like, what can you show him, right? There's nothing to trigger, there's no relationship really here. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, what are you gonna do? If you're not messaging each other really or not seeing each other, not going out on dates, what business can you stand on? What respect can you earn? What thing can you trigger to there's nothing. There's no strategy. This is why I tell some of you, I know that you guys love strategy and getting a man to miss you, getting a man to regret losing you and all this good stuff. But I also want you to understand some of you are trying to force it with a guy who isn't even that interested in you. That's just a painful reality. And I need you to recognize that so that a lot of you can stop wasting your time. And Monique, I think you're in a situation where you're literally just wasting your time. Like in all these different ways, based on what he said to you, based on what he's shown you, right? He literally told you he's not ready for commitment. And he's on top of that, he's showing you that he's not ready for commitment. So why are you even bothering to think about the strategy that you can use to make him ready for commitment? He's not ready for commitment. There is no strategy to get him ready for commitment. I love you guys, but sometimes your energy is so misguided. And Monique, you're in that boat right now. Your energy is so misguided because you're thinking about how to get him to pursue you when you should be thinking about how to cut this off completely so that you can actually get the guy that you're looking for. Because clearly, for everything that you just stated, this is not the guy you're looking for. So why are you even bothering thinking about how you can impress or do more for the guy that is not even the guy you're looking for? Energy pointed in the wrong direction. Okay? You need to reevaluate and redirect your energy to be back invested in you, take it away from him, invest it back in you, and then start identifying what am I actually looking for. Now when I go on my dates and in my relationships that I'm building, let me be focused on observing if the guy that I'm dating is actually what I'm looking for. Not be thinking about all the other stuff and if he's telling me he's not ready for commitment, that should be a sign that he's not who I'm looking for and then I should be running away. Okay? Energy focused in the right place, Monique. I don't think that that guy is where your energy needs to be focused. Let's see who we have here next. Okay. Next. Next is Ella. Okay. Ella says, "Hello, my ex fiance and I will still live together." What? What did you just say? My ex fiance and I still live together. He said he doesn't want me, but he still goes and does activities with me. Why hasn't he kicked me out if he doesn't want me? Ella, I need you to start taking responsibility for you. If that man tells you he doesn't want you and this relationship is over, why are you even still there? If this is his place, right? I'm assuming it is based on how you just described this in the short sentence. And he has made it clear that this relationship is over. And you have recognized that this relationship is over and it has run its course. Why are you wasting your own life away living with a man who you're no longer in a relationship with? What kind of absolute madness is that? That is madness. You have identified, you and him have both identified this relationship is over, and you're still there wondering why he hasn't kicked you out. This is a perfect example of energy just spent in the wrong place. Why are you worried about what he thinks of you? This relationship is done. And he's shown you that he is not who you're looking for and you're not who you're going to end up with. Why do you care what he's doing with you or what he wants to do with you? You should be thinking, I'm moving my behind out of here because I'm not going to waste my time with a man who has no commitment to me. Because what's going to start happening, I've seen situations like this. What's going to start happening is in the next, coming months, the disrespect is going to increase day by day. And I can assure you, it won't start right away. What's going to happen is over time, things will escalate. And one day you'll come home and there'll be a girl there. You'll be shocked. Your jaw will be dropped to the floor. There will actually be a girl there while you're there. And he'll be like, yeah, meet my friend. He'll be in the living room, drinking wine, laughing, giggling with a girl right in front of you in the place where you live. And you'll be wondering, how did I get myself into this situation? But you'll stay. And then you know what will happen after that? He'll literally bring a girl to come sleep inside your bed that you've been sleeping in together with him. And he'll tell you, go sleep on the couch. You'll be on the couch. I've actually seen situations like this. You'll be on the couch with the blanket shivering, feet cold, feet ashy underneath the covers. And another girl will be sleeping in the bed that you were once sleeping in with your ex fiance while you sleep out in the cold living room on the couch. And you'll be wondering how you got to this point. It's very simple. When you allowed the disrespect to happen, you didn't just walk away, he continued to disrespect you. Okay? And he realized you don't even have the backbone or the spine to stand up for yourself and say, yeah, this relationship is not for me. I should be walking away from this so I can find what is for me. The fact that you're even staying after he's made it clear he doesn't want you is ridiculous in itself. And it speaks to your lack of self esteem. You need to get out of that house ASAP before your self esteem goes through the floor. Because I can assure you, he's only gonna make you feel worse about yourself. I can assure you of that. And there's nothing more painful than imagine how much pain you will put yourself through by being in a house with a man who is actively seeing and bringing other girls to that house and doing things with them in front of you. How much pain do you want to cause yourself? At a certain point, it becomes as if you actually want to be in pain. Because why would you put yourself through that? The man that you thought you were going to marry, why would you want to sit and sleep in that same house while you watch him build relationships with other people and be intimate with other people? What type of masochist or this just bruh, you're off the deep end if you're gonna do that to yourself. You're off the deep end, and I don't think that you should be doing that to yourself. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Get out of that house. Very simple. I'm not answering your question of why he hasn't kicked you out. Get out of that house. Like I don't know what you're doing there. Anyways, don't get me upset right now. Let's go on to the next one. Okay. Next we have here. Why isn't this? I gotta mark these all as red so I don't keep going back to this. Okay, next we have here Juju. Okay. Juju says, Juju says, is he interested? Juju says, this guy I started talking to via Instagram message. Then it proceeded, or sorry, it progressed to iMessage. How romantic. Super romantic. It's been a day since he responded, and typically I'll reach out to check in if they're alive, but my pride is telling me not to because maybe he maybe is not interested is interested but not committed. I know you sent this message a while ago, Juju. It's been a day. Like, take a chill pill. Update, I reached out by saying no text back. Oh, what? Why? You make yourself look so weak when you do that. He doesn't text you for a day. He responded, "Hey, how are you? My bad. You look like an idiot." I responded, "It's okay." Then he responded, "How was your day?" He probably doesn't message you back later after this. I responded, "I appreciate a man who is great at communication. Thank you for following up." He didn't communicate with you. You pursued him and chased after him to get that response. I don't know how long I don't know what's went on in your relationship since then, but I can assure you if you continue down that path, you will become the man. You'll wear the pants because you'll be the one chasing after him to try to get him to see you and notice you and want to spend time with you. So the answer to your question is yes, he isn't interested in you. Okay? Right? Because if he was interested in you, he would actually be able to communicate with you and he would remember your. I promise you, he did not forget of your existence. Okay, Juju? He knows that you exist. He knows that what's your number. He knows how to contact you. He knows how to iMessage you and he knows how to message you on Instagram. So if he doesn't message you, it's not because he forgot of you and he doesn't know how to contact you. It's because he just doesn't care to. You need to recognize that and leave him alone. Leave it alone. Do nothing. That way you can actually see if he's interested in you or not. Because you're judging that he's interested in you when you're the one reaching out to him. How can you be sure that he's interested in you? You're not. Actually, you don't know. Actually, he's not interested in you. Okay? Okay, Juju. All right, guys. That is the show for today. I hope you got some value out of that. If you, what is that? Oh, it's my socks. If you are didn't get a chance to get your question answered on today's live stream, don't fret, don't worry. I definitely will be answering lots of questions throughout the week on every single show on the live stream, so your question will for sure be answered. If you want to send in your question, make sure you go onto the my link in my bio if you're on TikTok, or if you're on YouTube, go down into the link in the description where you can go into the Players Club Discord and ask your question there. All right. Ness said you have an emergency question, go into the TikTok chat and ask it as an emergency there. Maybe I'll make a place too where if you guys want, if you guys really want, I could make a to try to come up with a strategy where if someone really wants their question answered like ASAP, there is a place where they can kind of like separate themselves by I don't know, like just making it so that they can be a priority if they donate or something like that. I don't know, I'm just spitballing ideas. If you really want your question answered and you want to skip the queue type of thing, if you guys want that, let me know. Anyways, that is that I'm on here every Monday to Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern time, and that way, you know exactly when to find me if you want to find me on the show right on time when I get live. All right. For those of you who want to follow me on Instagram because you love me so much and you really want to see everything that I've been doing all day, 24/7, and all that good stuff. Someone I seen someone earlier that say I know he's got a new mic. He's probably excited type of thing because you see me post on Instagram. So yes, I got a new mic today. Okay. I try to upgrade the show as much as I possibly can for you guys. Okay. Everything gets reinvested back into the show. And yes, so if you want to follow me on Instagram, my Instagram is there on the top left of the screen there for you as well. And for those of you who are on TikTok and you want to rewatch the show in its entirety because you missed parts of it, my YouTube page is my name. It's right up there at the top right of my face there, and you can access my YouTube page. Just go in the live section. You'll be able to find this live stream along with all my previous live streams with the YouTube and TikTok chat embedded in the video so that you never miss a moment of conversation. Because these people are funny, especially Ivy and Ashley over in the YouTube chat. You guys should watch them. They're real funny. I be watching back their comments. They're real funny people. Okay, so make sure you guys do that if you want as well. And for those of you who are on YouTube, my Instagram's at the bottom right corner as well. All right. Yes, so Saturday I'll definitely do a live stream for you guys. That's gonna be all Discord questions. But don't worry, we'll also do Discord questions throughout the week as well. All right. So 4 p.m. Eastern time is when you're gonna catch me tomorrow. Until then, hasta la vista, au revoir, arrivederci, goodbye, sayonara, and I will see you tomorrow at 4 p.m. Until we meet again, I love you so much. Stay safe, stay great.